What's going on, guys? Skeltos here, and today in this video we're going to unbox and install a carburetor for the Camaro. But first, I'm going to show you everything that it came with. So first, it comes with the instructions. The instructions are pretty idiot-proof, not too bad. It's really small stuff. It comes with a new gasket, which is nice. I have no idea what this is. It comes with a ring, comes with some throttle hardware, and then a bunch of extended warranty stuff. But this is what's really important. So this is a Holley Brawler carburetor. It's a 650 CFM, and I'll link down in the description what exactly carburetor is. I don't remember the part number, but let me unbox this real quick and show you. It comes really protected. It comes with a nice cushion on top of it. It comes wrapped. Let me get it out of this real quick. It comes with a little top hat. And well, bam, carburetor. So let me grab the camera here and kind of show you guys what we're dealing with. Okay, guys, this is the Holley Brawler 650 CFM carburetor. And the reason we picked this one is we talked to them at first and we weren't sure what we were gonna go with. I wasn't sure if I was gonna go with a 700 or a 750, but compared to what is on the car, which is approximately 30 years old, and when talking to them, we decided to go with this one. So more details about it. It has mechanical secondaries. It is an electric choke, which is this right here. And we went with the electric choke because right now I have the mechanical choke, and it's just a struggle to try and get started. It's really just not worth it. So we upgraded for a mechanical choke. It's a 4-barrel carburetor, which is nice. And then it's just pretty basic from there. It's all kind of like this chrome plating. I thought these were supposed to be black, but it's whatever. It doesn't really matter. I wasn't looking for aesthetics. I'm looking for performance and how it's going to help the car and whatnot. And hopefully this will be what it needed because the old one has been rebuilt multiple times. But another cool thing is it has these little, see-throughs on both sides that you could see. But overall, it's just a really nice carburetor. I like the way it looks, but it doesn't really matter how it looks because it's just going to be under the hood and covered by an air filter and air filter anyway. But works out pretty well that this one has different, you could use it for different applications, and I think that's it. I don't really think there's anything else for it besides the fact that it came in it's a nice casting 650 CFM Brawler carburetor from Holley. So I guess let's get into it installing. Okay, guys, I've been doing some off-camera work. Let me show you what we got done so far. So old carburetor is off. Old carburetor right here. I'll look at this further in a minute, but new carburetor we're getting prepped to go on. But old carburetor is off at the moment. We have the new gasket sitting on it. We're probably going to leave the nitrous plate just because of how long these studs are, and we don't want to really look for new ones. So we're probably just going to leave the nitrous plate on. But right now what we're doing is we're hooking up the fuel to the carburetor, but we're looking for a new line because the old carburetor had some clearance issues, so it has this rubber hose right here. So we're looking for a new rubber hose to connect these two kind of fitted lines. We're also looking for new line maybe. We don't really know, but at the moment we're just looking for this so we can get this on and get it started and start the process because we want this done ASAP. What I'm showing you guys in this clip is just that the throttle plate will open 90 degrees, and this is what your carburetor should do. This is another reason why we replaced my old carburetor, because my old carburetor would not do this because it is just shot. It wouldn't open full throttle. So now that this choke plate opens full throttle, which is 90 degrees, this is what you're going to want to look out for when you're installing your new carburetor. Okay, guys, I don't know if you can hear me, but right now we're messing around with the fast idle, so I'm just chilling in the car letting my dad know what the RPM's at, and I just want to show you that maybe it'll happen again, but this thing is so sensitive. It'll go from 850 to 2500 in like a quarter of a turn. Okay, so that's not bad. It's at that's at 1400. Oh, you can see it's kind of getting a little higher. It's like 15 now, 16. Oh, but this is what I was saying. This thing is so sensitive, it just goes all over the place. So when you're playing around with this, just be careful. Pay attention, have some help. But we're shooting between 2K and like 1600 at idle because that's kind of what the instructions say. But after we get this figured out, I'll show you guys everything we've done.
It's the initial test drive with the Brawler carburetor. Just gonna go around town, idle in about 900. See, we didn't check what the load idle was, so it dropped down a little. That's okay.
That's 750.
Give it some gas here. Sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Give it a good amount of gas. All right. Give it gas. Feel good?
Oh my god, I'm in love. It feels so nice.
Give it gas. How you like it?
It's really nice. I love the throttle response. It feels good. It starts up nice.
We won't be able to test the choke again until it's completely cold.
Yeah.
To see what the fast idle setting is. Give it some gas. Sounds really good.
Yeah.
Give it some gas here. More.
Is that a backfire?
Okay guys, let me show you everything we have done. I think what's before this is me going for a drive, but now that I'm back and I'm ready to talk about it, I'm gonna show you everything that we've done. I mean, we have this all kind of fine-tuned and whatnot. Well, for now. So, new carburetor is on. It looks fantastic on here. Oh, I found out what this ring was for. It's for the air cleaner that goes on top. It's this one right here, which is this right here. But anyway, so we could not find new hose for this, so we ended up using the old hose and this old kind of fuel line. But on this side here, so my camera died, but what I was saying was this is the old throttle cable which we kept, which we had to shorten about 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches. I don't really remember, but we shortened it up so it would fit with this new bracket on it, and the throttle response is a little different. I think this is supposed to be for the transmission linkage, but we don't have the transmission kickoff that it talks about, so we just kind of used this to kind of gauge what our throttle would be like, because we put it here and it wasn't bottoming it out, wasn't bottoming this whole bracket out up here. So now that we're bottomed out, we're using this hole, which actually, believe it or not, this hole is for a 350 Chevy transmission, which I actually, it's a turbo 350 transmission, which I actually have in this car, but it's not the throttle kickdown linkage, it's just the normal linkage for the throttle and the pedal and all that. But let's talk about the wiring real quick, which again, as you guys know, I don't know a lot about, but because this has an electric choke, which is phenomenal, it needed some power to it. So what we did was we took some spare wire and we put an end connect on it. We put it here, we ran it all the way through. Let me go back to this side. We ran it up here and we found a wire that was getting 12 volts of power to it when the ignition was on. And what we did was we used a quick connect here. You just put both wires in and you clamp this down and then close it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to use. You guys can look up videos. I don't show electrical stuff because I'm not a pro at it yet, but I will be practicing it soon. But overall, it was an easy install. It took about 2 hours to install. After, you know, we didn't have any issues, but also I kept the nitrous plate. We didn't go look for new studs. I kept the nitrous plate. The bottle's not in the car and the nitrous isn't even plugged, but that was just to keep it in there because we didn't need to look for new hardware. I was just about to end the video, but I forgot. I want to show you guys what the old carburetor is, so you kind of have an idea of what it looked like. I know it shouldn't be at the end of the video, but it's where it is now. So this was the old carburetor. This carburetor is from like '89, I think. This is the original carburetor. It's been rebuilt multiple times. I'm actually gonna pick it up and move it over here into the shade so we can look at it a little better. So this is the old carburetor. It was having trouble. I don't know if I showed you guys earlier that the new one was opening up like 90 degrees like this on the carburetor. This one doesn't do that. This is it at full throttle. This is how much is opened. And this was the main issue I was having. It wasn't opening all the way to get enough air. But now that the new one opens like this, the car runs a lot better. But this one, it was, you know, it's just hard. It had a mechanical choke, which is on this side. It had the mechanical choke, and it has all this nonsense. And it just was really hard to understand this carburetor, especially being rebuilt, I think 4 or 5, maybe even 6 times. And the fact that it's now just old and there's probably a bunch of crud in it. I'm going to end up taking it apart just to see what I was dealing with. But this was why we were replacing the carburetor. This carburetor is old. It's a double pumper. On the new one's a Brawler. The Brawler is the new technology. But it just needed a replacement. This car is eventually going to be a really nice car, you know. It needs a lot of stuff, but it's the simple stuff to start with, like carburetors, paint, you know, simple electronics. The interior is going to get done next. The body, on honesty, is the least of my concern. But I'm going to talk about the Camaro and its history in a whole video to itself, dedicate a whole entire video to the history of the Camaro and what the plans are for it, what's been done to it so far that you guys might not know and what I haven't documented before I started the channel. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, so don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share the video with friends. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.